Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another reading lesson. Our learning target for today is I can identify the elements of a story. I can identify the elements of a story. Our key vocabulary words are concern, figure, and vendors. Concern, relate to, be about. Figure, an object such as a shape or form, and vendors, a person or company offering something for sale. Now let's get started with our lesson. So for today, we'll be reading pages 161 to 175, and that's the story Babu Song. There is a recording of this story included in your lesson for today, and also Google Slides of the story so you can go back. So let's think about, no, before we look at the questions, let's look at the different story elements. For story elements, we have characters, people or animals in the story. Setting, when and where the story takes place. Problem, the conflict or main problem that the characters have. And solution, how the problem is solved. Again, so the story elements are characters, setting, problem, and solution. Characters, people and animals in the story. Setting, when and where the story takes place. Problem, the conflict or main problem that the characters have. And solution, how the problem is solved. So our think about questions for today are, who are Babu and Bernardi? Why do they get along so well? I want you to think about that for a few seconds and then we're going to go over it. All right, boys and girls. So when you read the story, you should have read that Babu is Bernardi's grandfather. So therefore, Bernardi is Babu's grandson. So Babu is the grandson. I'm sorry, Babu is Bernardi's grandfather. Okay? And Bernardi is his grandson. Okay? Girls, I'm sorry. So as I was saying, Babu is Bernardi's grandfather. So Babu is the grandfather and Bernardi is the grandson. Why do they get along so well? I think they get along so well because they're family and they know how to communicate with each other. And since they're related, they're close to each other, so they're able to get along. That's why I think they're able to get along so well with each other. Let's continue. Our closed reading questions for today are, what does Bernardi love to do? And how does the setting affect Bernardi's feelings and actions? What does Bernardi love to do? And how does the setting affect Bernardi's feelings and actions? Take a few minutes just to go back to the slides, the Google Slides of the text. And you could also listen to the recording to answer these questions, and then we'll go over it. All right, boys and girls. So, what does Bernardi love to do? On page 163, it says he loved soccer and his one concern was making a goal. So he really loves to play soccer. Question 2. How does the setting affect Bernardi's feelings and actions? Well, for example, the setting affects Bernardi's feelings and actions by, for example, on pages 165, he is on the field and he feels sad because he can't go to school like the other boys. That's just one example. You can also go back and find other examples in different settings and see how it affects his feelings and actions. I just chose to use that one to give you guys an example of how to answer this question. So now, boys and girls, it's time for you now to go and complete your task card. Remember to please go back to the recording or the Google Slides of the text to find text-based evidence to answer each question. Please take your time. Use parts of the question to answer and always try to answer in a complete sentence. Thank you, and we will meet again.